Before the world learned her name, it had already decided what beauty was supposed to look like. Tall, blonde, predictable.
Hi, my name is Devon Aoki.
Then came Devon Aoki, 5'5", quiet as a held breath. Her face felt like a secret the industry wasn't meant to keep. No exaggerated smiles, no performance, just a gaze that refused to explain itself. And maybe that's why people couldn't look away. She was 16 when Versace called.
Although Devon is only 16 years old and has been modeling for a short time, this 5'2" unconventional beauty has caught the attention of such big-name designers as Jean-Paul Gaultier, Karl Lagerfeld, Thierry Mugler, Anna Molinari, and Betsy Johnson.
By 17, she was everywhere. And by 20, she was gone. Before fashion, there was spectacle. Her father, Rocky Aoki, Olympic wrestler, rebel entrepreneur, built an empire out of hibachi flames and American hunger. Her mother, Pamela Hilberger, came from discipline, German roots, quiet precision. Between them, Devon learned two conflicting arts, the show and the silence.
Well, my mom's side of the family, we sort of military background and stuff.
She grew up between performance and poise. While other kids learned to speak up, Devon learned to hold still, to let the world reveal itself first. At 13, a scout noticed her in New York. It wasn't glamour, it was a test of patience. Polaroids, waiting rooms, a blur of grown-up voices deciding her face.
Are you going back to school, or have you taken time off now?
I took today off school just for the shows and everything, but tomorrow, which is Tuesday, I'm going back the rest of the week.
What grade are you in?
I'm 11th grader. For now, fashion is cool and school is cool, and I'm happy with the whole thing.
Are you surprised that things have sort of happened so fast since then?
Totally, because it's not like I'm stereotypically beautiful, I think my look is quite different, you know what I mean? And I'm not as tall as the rest of the models, so I never would have thought that, I could be modeling with the rest of these, girls.
At 16, she entered the runways like a question mark. Too young to belong, too composed to disappear. Within a single season, her face was everywhere. Versace, Chanel, Balenciaga, each trying to claim the mystery before someone else did. Fashion loved its hierarchies, the tall, the loud, the familiar. Devon fit none of them. At barely 5'5", about 165 centimeters, she was a quiet interruption, proof that presence could rewrite proportion. Back then, there wasn't even a word for it. Petite model didn't exist. You were simply too small.
This girl is a vision, a fairy little lady. Everything has been shrunken down to 5'2" and minute and gorgeous, absolutely beautiful.
When she appeared in Versace's campaign, the press called her the new Naomi. Not because Naomi was gone, but because Devon carried that same electric otherness. She wasn't there to replace. She was there to expand the frame. The camera lingered on her as if confused. How could someone so small feel so vast? Her stillness wasn't absence, it was gravity. By the turn of the millennium, fashion had become performance art. Devon didn't act out beauty. She absorbed it until the camera bent around her. Photographers like Jorgen Teller and Ellen von Unwerth loved that paradox, the stillness that felt alive. She could look straight into a lens and make it question itself. Her face wasn't trying to please. It was documenting what attention does to a person. Runways turned into stages, shoots into rituals. She wasn't chasing light, she was shaping it. Every frame seemed to ask the same thing. How can someone say so much by doing so little? But behind the precision was exhaustion. The pace erased time. Flights blurred into fittings, applause into static. She was everywhere and barely anywhere at all. That quiet control, once her armor, began to feel like weight.
You started as a model.
Yes.
Extremely beautiful woman.
And when Hollywood came calling, she didn't hesitate. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was escape.
You have to act. On the catwalk you have to act, and on photo shoots you have to act. You can't just be like a stick figure. You can't just stand there.
The transition from stillness to movement came with engines and neon lights. In Too Fast, Too Furious, Devon Aoki didn't just play Suki. She expanded what a model could be.
I was in California. I have an acting agent out there, and they told me that Fast and the Furious was casting the role of Suki. I was, of course, very interested in trying out for it. I went and I met with John, and then here I am.
A flash of pink paint, a calm face behind the wheel, and the same unreadable focus that once held a runway now commanded a street race. The camera that had once studied her stillness now chased her speed. For the first time, she had to fill the silence she'd mastered. Dialogue, training, fight choreography, a new language of motion. She called it tremendous. Months of preparation for minutes on screen.
Actually, it's the training and the preparation is pretty tremendous when you're like preparing for a role. Sometimes it takes weeks and sometimes it takes months.
But there was something familiar in it. The discipline from her mother's side, the showmanship from her father's. Both worlds meeting again, this time under fluorescent light. She followed with Sin City and Dead or Alive, films that turned her into an action archetype, the quiet fighter with the perfect aim. Yet Hollywood never seemed to fit. It was louder, messier, less precise, and Devon had built her career on precision. Then, the noise stopped. No scandals, no fall from grace, just quiet. For years, her name had been a constant headline, campaigns, premieres, runway finales, and then it wasn't. One day she was on every billboard. The next, she was gone. People assumed burnout. Some whispered about a mystery comeback. But Devon never explained. Her silence wasn't an ending. It was an edit. She left the set and stepped into a different kind of life. Marriage, children, a slower rhythm. The world called it retirement. She called it balance.
Family to me is everything. It's the most important thing. You gotta find those moments where you can come back together and energize yourself around the people that you love.
Most stars spend decades chasing the perfect exit. Devon simply took hers. Not as surrender, as authorship. Even in absence, her image kept moving. Fashion rediscovered her in every revival mood board, every Y2K silhouette pretending to invent what she'd already done. Designers still mention her name like a shorthand for something impossible to stage. Elegance without effort. She appears sometimes, briefly. A Moschino runway, a Hugo Boss campaign, a quiet photograph that stops the scroll. Each time she returns, it feels less like nostalgia and more like calibration, a reminder of how presence works when it isn't constant. Her daughter has started modeling now. Same poise, same half smile that doesn't ask to be read. Maybe that's the real legacy. Not fame repeated, but restraint inherited. Devon Aoki never fought for visibility. She mastered its absence. And in an industry built on the need to be seen, that remains her most radical act.